Hi. I don't know if you guys have heard about it or not, but there's some things that's going on here that I think really impact the upstate of South Carolina and North Carolina that I'm trying to get out and to help people find out some stuff, and maybe this will help. I don't know, but I'm going to do what I can because I feel real passionately about this. Duke Power is our electric company here, and it's owned by Duke Energy. Here in South Carolina, they're trying to raise our power rates to up to 16.3%. They're saying that the average bill is $100, and it's going to raise the bill to $117 and something. My average bill is about $150, so don't even want to think about what my bill is going to be going up to. The business, if I remember correctly, they're wanting to go up 14% on the businesses. It's just outrageous, and I feel compelled to look into it, and I found out some things that really disturbed me and bothered me, and I just want to get it out there and let people know about it. I mean, after all, this is something that's going to affect everybody that lives in South Carolina, and if they get away with it here, I think it'll just be a domino effect, because Duke Energy is not the only energy company. And you know, when President Obama was running for office, he said that our energy prices wouldn't necessarily skyrocket, and folks, here it is. The first thing that I found is that Duke Energy has contributed $5 million as an initial investment to a company in Cincinnati. This company's name is Cintrifuse. That's Cintrifuse. This company, although it may be worthwhile and it may be a good company, what it does is it helps businesses and entrepreneurs start up. As far as I can tell, there are no Duke Energy customers there, so why are they giving them $5 million as an initial investment? And I kind of wonder what any subsequent investments in that company would be and what dollar amount that may be. I haven't been able to find that out. And that troubles me. Another thing that I found is about their ROE, return on equity. According to South Carolina law, Duke Energy is allowed 10.5%. According to their proposed rate hike, they will be getting an 11.5% ROE. And that is outrageous. They know the laws, and what they're doing is just blatant disregard for everything, for the consumer and for South Carolina law. The third thing that I found actually came from their own website. The reasons for their proposed rate hike that they're giving us in South Carolina is that they're making upgrades to 4 plants. Security upgrades at the Oconee Nuclear Power Station, and upgrades to the facilities in Dan River Combined Cycle Station, Cliffside Stream Station Unit 6, and McGuire Nuclear Station. And those 3 are in North Carolina. And another thing that bothers me is if it's for upgrades to North Carolina power stations as well as South Carolina, why are the rate hikes that they're proposing different in every state? South Carolina and North Carolina are not the only 2 states that they have proposed rate hikes in. And from what I've been able to find, almost every state has been able to reject, block, or postpone their rate hikes because of the way that Duke Power went about proposing their rate hikes, and the fact that they have done no impact studies, at least not anything that I can find. Have they done any kind of case studies showing how this will impact the people? They know how much they're going to add to our bill, but they do not realize how that's going to impact the low income and the needy. Also, I found from going to Duke Energy's website that they are claiming to have programs set up to improve the quality of life, or as far as being able to help low-income and needy families pay for their power, cooling, and heating bills. The name of the program in South Carolina is called Advanced SC. In other states, if they have a program set up like this, it may be called something different. In South Carolina, it's Advanced SC. I went to the website of Advanced SC to find out exactly what it was all about and how you would qualify for this program and where you would go to apply for it. And their contact information, and you can get it from their site. I'm not going to give it here, but it's actually located inside of Wells Fargo Bank. I did email the lady and got a response, and basically I was told that I needed to go through the Salvation Army, that program is not set up to physically or actively help individuals, that they just donate to public assistance programs. It sounded kind of odd to me, because if you look on the Advanced SC website, it actually says something to me that reads to be just a little bit different. And I'm going to, give me a second here while I can pull this up, and I want to read directly from their website. On their public assistant programs, and I'm going to quote this, it's through the Duke Energy Foundation. Duke Energy and its customers in the Carolinas provide financial assistance to South Carolina citizens in great financial need through direct grants to Duke Energy Share the Warmth, cooling assistance, and fan and heat relief programs. Advanced SC makes an additional annual allocation of $650,000 to these public assistance programs to be administered jointly with the existing programs in South Carolina. Once funding requirements for the identified public assistance programs are met, the remaining Advanced SC funds are divided between economic development and manufacturing competitiveness programs. I wonder why they did not put the whole amount toward helping needy families. Maybe that's a question somebody that works there, if they view this, can answer. Now, if you're wondering, like I did, about what Manufacturing Competitiveness Fund, or on here is this labeled MCF, is, well, let me quote that. 50% of the Advanced SC funds remaining after the allotment to the public assistance programs are allocated to the Manufacturing Competitiveness Fund to strengthen the competitive position of existing manufacturing within Duke Energy service area in South Carolina. Alright. Doesn't really say how that helps. They also donate to education programs, such as community colleges and technical colleges, and economic development initiative. And this is all there on their site, so I'm going to post links, and I urge you guys to look at this yourself. Don't just take my word for it. But it says 25% of the Advanced SC funds remaining after the allotment to the public assistance programs will go toward the economic development initiative and creating new sustainable manufacturing and manufacturing-related jobs within Duke Energy's service area in South Carolina. Funds are provided to regional economic development partnership and alliances, key chambers of commerce, and county economic development organizations for the purpose of attracting new or expanding industries in the Duke Energy service area of South Carolina. Special project investment is considered when a broad base of community support exists and where Duke Energy will provide electric service. I'm going to tell you, and I'm sure there's other people that have actually been in need. At one point in time I was told that there was no programs, and I was told this by Duke Power. So I'm finding this very informative and enlightening, and wondering a lot of different things. Alright. I've heard people say a lot of different things about the rate hike. I've heard about people talk about how it would affect them, how I know it's going to affect a lot of people. There's already so many people on the public assistance programs now, and with this rate hike, I'm sure it will increase. And it's very sad, but there's a lot of other things going on here, and I think that if people dig a little bit, they're going to find a lot more. This is just stuff that I found out in 3 days. Imagine if we get 100 people looking in different states where we could find out. If we could stop this, then perhaps we can stop the energy prices from necessarily skyrocketing, to quote the president. There are other things you can do too. I mean, I contacted the Public Service Commission here in South Carolina, and I'm sure that in each state there is something similar, and I filed a letter of protest. I saw another YouTube video. I haven't looked at it personally, so I'm not sure if the number is accurate, but they've already got 1,600 letters of protest. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the pressure on. Let's let South Carolina know that we do not want a 16% rate going up. I mean, that is outrageous. We're already paying too much for too little service, and they should have made sure the money was there before they did this. The way that I look at it, if I was to go out and get a loan without asking somebody's permission, I'd be thrown in jail, and that's exactly what I feel Duke Power has done. They went out and they spent this money and spent my money without asking my permission if they could do that. And it's just outrageous, and I think it borders on the line of being a criminal. I really disagree with it, and I don't think I'm alone in that. So if you could please just forward the video and share it and get the word out, and most of all, look into it yourself and get people talking about it, and don't let this get swept under the rug, and let's make sure that we do not have a 16.3% rate hike. Thank you.